Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest forecast heading into this Tuesday. Yesterday we had highs in the low 80s. Today we'll have a wide range in temperatures due to a frontal boundary pushing through the area. Could range anywhere from upper 70s to upper 80s across the area from northwest to southeast. We're also going to keep an eye on the risk of storm development for today as well. You can see all hazards are possible, but more focused on the enhanced risk, mainly in our far eastern communities and obviously well off to the east. We'll get a break from any possible severe weather risk tomorrow, although there may be some storms, mainly late Wednesday night and early Thursday morning, if anything does develop. It's a very low chance. I'm more focused on Thursday, mainly in the evening hours, to where we might get a brief window of a hail and wind risk. But let's talk about today and taking a look at this afternoon. All hazards are possible, but focusing more on hail being the primary concern. 2 inches named or greater possible, especially within the significant hashed marked area. And so definitely something that bears watching. Now, it's going to be kind of a puzzle today. It's going to be a very short window of the severe weather parameters in its maximum. But when we have our highest parameters, we may not have storms. Let's take a look at the computer models. Showing model number 1. Showing we're really going to be mostly sunny for most of the day. Most areas will be dry today. Most areas, it's just going to be a mostly sunny and windy day today. Wind gusts around 35, 40 miles per hour possible. So be ready for that. You also notice the wind shift as we head into the afternoon out of the west-northwest, and not much going on storm development-wise. Most of the storms developing in northwest Missouri by 2:30. Nothing in Kansas whatsoever within this computer model. This model, well, let me show you dew points real quick. Dew points are going to be very high this morning and then gradually dropping off. Now, the lower they get, the lower the probability that severe storms would exist. Can they occur in dew points in the 50s? Yes, but not to the extent of if dew points remained in the 60s. So that's going to also be something to watch out for. So you can see by 6 p.m., we're in the 50s. So whatever possible storms may be in the area by this time, I don't expect severe weather at all. Or at least the highest risk of severe weather is going to be well off to our east. Let's take a look at computer model number 2. Showing a few sprinkles possible this morning. We'll watch that. I'm not focusing more on that. But this model ones indicate this line of showers and possible storms developing at 1 o'clock almost along Highway 75. You'll notice it's mainly green until we start to get into some yellows just to the east of our viewing area, or at least in the far eastern portion of our viewing area at 2 o'clock. So it's going to be very, very quick. And then you can see we start to get more orange by 3 o'clock. I'm really almost concerned with anyone that travels off to the east towards Kansas City and certainly in Missouri for today. I'm almost not concerned at all about the WIBW viewing area on storm development. However, if storms do develop, they will be severe, especially if it is in the even late morning, but certainly early to mid-afternoon. Once you get into the mid to late afternoon hours, the parameters for severe weather really decrease. Is that subject to change? Absolutely. So keep checking back in for updates through the day. Meanwhile, we'll get a weak system once again pushing through late tonight. I don't expect much in the way of any impacts from this. I think the risk for lightning is very low during this time, but it'll mainly be rain late tonight into early tomorrow morning, clearing out through the morning hours, giving us sunshine with cloud-free conditions by the afternoon. Mostly sunny skies expected for Thursday, where we'll have an opportunity for late afternoon, evening development in southeastern Kansas, pushing through our area, but gradually weakening during the evening hours, and that's why we get that marginal risk of severe weather for most of our area that you just saw earlier in this video for Thursday. For the 8-day forecast, we'll continue with opportunities for storms. We may get another round of storms developing late Thursday night and a Friday morning. And then I really think most of the weekend is dry. I think a lot of these storms will occur in the late night hours into the early morning hours. But obviously, it is subject to change. So keep checking back in daily for updates on our forecast with the on and off showers and thunderstorms that will be with us throughout the holiday weekend. Again, I'm most concerned about if you're doing any camping or doing anything at night to where storms could have an impact. Not a whole lot concerned during the daytime hours, at least right now. Subject to change, So keep checking back in for updates on that. Looking at the probability of wetter than normal conditions in the 6 to 10 day outlook, equal chances of drier than normal, wetter than normal, and the 8 to 14 day outlook, and then back in the wetter than normal conditions in the 3 to 4 week outlook time period. So we're not quite done yet with all these storm opportunities. Very possible that most spots will end up being dry today. But whatever develops, especially anytime, I'd say between 12 and 5 o'clock, there's a pretty good chance that they would be severe. So stay weather aware and be weather vigilant for today. We'll keep you updated.